It is Saturday morning, so what does that mean? We just did food prep. We meal prepped for the week. Oh my word. This has been a quick and easy, super quick and easy week. I finished, of course, I count my time as washing my dishes. So I got my dishes washed, which I didn't have much, but I got what I had washed. Guess how long it took us? That's how easy this was. 55 minutes, not even a full hour. And that, part of that time, was me shuffling around, just shuffling, getting together the ingredients for our cottage cheese bowls. That probably took me 15 minutes, just going here and there and thinking what I wanted, and just not getting in a hurry. So you might go faster than me. I don't know. I don't typically get in a hurry when I'm doing these meal preps. First of all, because I can't, and it's early in the morning, and my legs just ain't moving that fast, which they don't move that fast anyway. But what we made today was some cottage cheese bowls. I took a page from my overnight oatmeal and thought this is a good way to mix up the cottage cheese from the way I did them the last time. And I've already explained it to you on there, but I'll explain it to you here and you can hear it twice. I have cottage cheese that I bought at Sam's because it was a good deal, but it was low fat. And I thought, well, that'll save me like some calories, whatnot. Fat, blah. Let me tell you, it was blah. I don't like it. I just don't like it. I don't like the flavor of it. I like the Daisy, 4%, the full-fledged cottage cheese. I pay for it. I mean, that's what I've been eating for weeks when I eat cottage cheese. And so, I mean, I just count for it. It's delicious. So I'm just not liked this cottage cheese. And I thought, let me do something because I need to use it up. So let me do something to it to make it more palatable to me. But you use whatever kind of cottage cheese it is you like. I mean, you can use fat-free if that's what you like. Do it. I've eaten fat-free cottage cheese plenty of times in my journey. So is it my favorite? No, but I did it because like on Simply Feeling, it didn't count. So that's what I ate, Anyway, we did cottage cheese bowls and lunch. Super, super simple. Sausage and green beans. Oh my gosh. Slice some sausage, throw it all in the pot, cook it, you're done. So there you go. Oh, I meant to look up the name. I'm going to look up the name because I got it turned upside down over there. I'm going to look up the name of my vintage cooking pot that I told you on there that I absolutely adore. I mean, I adore this pot. I love the way it looks, first of all. And I love the way it looks on my counter over there with my vintage recipe holder and my vintage canisters from my mama. And then, of course, my new Al cookie jar. She's cute. I think you see her in the video. She come from the thrift store, of course. But I'm going to look, and when we're cooking, I'm going to put it on the screen because it is so cool. If you ever get a chance to get one, get it. Because I tell you, it's very handy. I like because you can control the temperature where you can't on the stovetop. At least not with electric on my glass flat top. You can't control that heat because once it gets hot, it takes forever to cool down. I mean, it will cook for a while after you turn it off, so it's hard to control. Anyway, let me quit yapping and let's turn around and get started cooking this super simple, easy, fast meal prep. I thought we'd go ahead and start on breakfast because everything today is so easy. I'm going to do a half cup of cottage cheese per serving, so I'm going to make 6 servings because I have one this morning, which I don't really need to mess up a bowl for that, but I will. So I have 3 cups of cottage cheese. Oh, I've already thrown my container away. It's the cottage cheese from Sam's Club, the low fat. I thought I would just, save a little bit, get that when I was there, and turns out I don't like it. So I thought the best way to use it up is to disguise it. So that's what we're doing today. We're disguising this cottage cheese and hoping that it tastes good. The last cottage cheese balls I made were delicious, but it was with good cottage cheese. So anyway, use whatever kind of cottage cheese you like. I'm going to sweeten it. Oh, let me get a measuring spoon with some Truvia Sweet Complete. You can leave this step out, or you can use your own favorite sweetener. I think I'm going to do, let's try half a tablespoon. That's 3 tablespoons. Let's try half a tablespoon per half a cup. Half a tablespoon per half a cup. So that was 3 tablespoons. Let me see. I think that will do, actually. So, I think any more, I think it would be too sweet. Okay, so I'm going to do that. Now, let me, and you can see I've already got out all my toppings. Let me go ahead and divide my cottage cheese into my bowls. So hang on. Okay, I got all that separated out. I think I'm going to do 2 and 2. So 3 different kinds, I think. I might have too many ingredients out here. I don't know. So this one I'm going to call German chocolate. I'm going to use some pecans, which this is 3 tablespoons. I probably planned for too many, but just regular pecans. I just put them in this bag and beat them with my frying pan. So I'm going to do a tablespoon of pecans. And we'll make it pretty. I mean, let's go ahead and eat with our eyes first. Okay, so there's that. And then we will do a tablespoon of unsweetened coconut. And then I have some Hershey's no sugar chips, and I put 3 teaspoons in here, and I beat them with my frying pan. They were a little bit harder to crush, but I'm gonna do a teaspoon of chocolate chips. I may do more. Actually, I think I will. I'm going to use the rest of these. I'm going to do, that would be, we're just going to call it a teaspoon and a half and call it a day. Because if you think I am going to quibble over a couple chocolate chip crumbs, you're wrong. So looky there. How pretty is that? That is our German chocolate bowl. So let's set that aside. Next, we will do our, let's do our PB&J. So, for our jelly, now I am just using full-fledged jelly because that is what I have and that is what I want. I am not feeling the sugar-free jelly. Me and David have eaten that for so long, we just can't seem to want that anymore. So I'm just going to do a tablespoon, and I can melt it and make it, yeah, well, I'm not going to worry about that. Because when I stir it, it'll be all stirred in. So I can melt it and make it prettier, but boy, it looks like it needs more. Because I think I made too much peanut butter. The reason I'm using my powdered peanut butter is because there's so much sugar in this jelly. I don't want to use my sugared up peanut butter, and I don't feel like opening a new jar of no sugar added because I can't think of anything else I need to use it for right now. And just for a couple tablespoons, I didn't want an extra open jar in my cabinet. So I mix this up with just a tad of my sugar-free pancake syrup and water. I might have got it too runny, but I'm going to do a tablespoon. I was thinking if I needed 2 tablespoons per thing, but I don't think I'm going to need 2 tablespoons. I'm not going to do it. So this will just be, I won't need it. So there is our not very attractive PB&J, but I think it's going to taste good. So set them aside. And then we will do, we're just going to call this ambrosia. I have a little pineapple mini cup, you know, the little fruit cups, pineapple. We'll do that. Uh-oh, there's one got missing. And then I will do, let's see, a tablespoon of coconut. So we're going to have more coconut because you have to have coconut in ambrosia. And then some mini marshmallows. And I have not even read on here to see what a serving is. These things are so old. They're probably sticking together. 2/3 a cup. We're not doing no 2/3 a cup. I tell you what I will do though. I will get out my scales. So when I build my recipe, I will know how much to put. Let's see. You can't see. Let's do grams. I don't know. You know what? Let's do ounces because I don't know if that thing will have grams or not. Yeah, let's do grams. 5 grams. 6 grams. Don't that look like enough? I think it does. Really? There we go. There we go. Okay. Well, guess what, kiddos? Breakfast is done. So we have our 2 ambrosia, our 2 pitiful looking peanut butters and jelly, and our beautiful German chocolate. All right, let's cover these up, put this mess up, and start on lunch. Lunch is going to go fast. I have a smoked sausage. This is a beef smoked sausage. I got 10 ounces, so I think I'm going to do, I can't decide because I'm having green beans with it. I'll decide when I see how big of a portion I have to portion out, I guess you can say. So I'm going to, I'm not even going to fight with that. So I'm just going to slice these in just that size. So hold on. Okay, I am using my absolutely vintage. It's got a name on the bottom. I can't remember, and it's hot right now. I've got it on 350, which is probably too high. You can adjust the temperature just like an electric frying pan. I love this thing. That's why it sits on my counter. But you just need a pot. Just something that you can stir in. Not a frying pan, a pot. And you can use any kind of oil you want to use. I'm using bacon grease. This because bacon grease and green beans goes together. So I'm going to do 2 teaspoons of bacon grease. I just want to get out all that out of my, if I'm counting it in my macros, I want it in my pot. So yeah, I got that too high. Let me crank that down. This little thing does get hot, let me tell you. So I want to saute my sausages and some onion. Let me go ahead and put the sausages in there. Now, the onion, use as much as you want. Actually, use as much of any of this as you want. This is just, I got to measure it so I can make a recipe, which you would do the same thing. Now, I typically would cook with yellow onion or a Vidalia onion, something like that, but I just have so many of these red onions cut. I typically use it for raw things, but it's like we had different dishes we needed it in, and somehow we ended up with this many red onions. So I'm just going to pile it on. The more the merrier. Now I think I can turn that up a little bit. So I'm just going to saute this. I want to brown the sausages. I don't want to overcook them, but I do want to get some good brown on them and soften up my onions. So while that is working, I'm going to drain my green beans. And I'll show you, before I put them in there, I'll show you what kind I'm using. Okay, my sausages are starting to brown. Some of them are getting extra brown. I want to add my green beans. These are called Italian cut green beans. We call them pole beans. So, call them whatever you want. If you don't like these big green beans, then use the regular green beans. Now I want to cover this and let that cook down just a little bit. I'm going to turn the burner down. And I'm just going to let that cook down. I just want to soften up them green beans a little bit, get a little bit of that can out of them, and I'll be back. Okay, as you can see, I'm going to turn this off. You hear how quickly that thing heats and then goes back down? That's why I love this thing. You can control it. So you can see my green beans started to fall apart, and that is what I like. That is how I like my green beans. Now let's go ahead and give them a little bit of salt and pepper. There's some salt in the sausages and the bacon grease, but not enough to flavor it, I don't think. Now, what I'm going to do is, I decided I am not going to weigh these sausages per container because it's 10 ounces. And if I eat the 10 ounces throughout the week, whether I get 2 ounces one day, 3 ounces the next, I'm going to have 10 ounces that whole week. So I'm just going to divide it by how many servings I get, and that will be each day. And then the whole week together will be this. So that's how I see it. All right, hold on. Let's slide you over. Let's see. I'm going to do a spoonful in each one. Can we go back and do, I think I got enough to do a spoonful, partial spoonful in each one again. Almost. I think I do. Okay, let's head over and see what we've done today. All right, here is what we've done today. Our cottage cheese bowls. We have the German chocolate, the peanut butter and jelly, and the ambrosia. I think those are going to be really good. And then we have our sausage and green beans. So I got 6 servings of those. I think that's a good size serving for me. And that'll do it. That's it. How about that? I love the easy ones. I really do. Okay, well, that'll do it for me for this Saturday. I hope if you're prepping something good. And I will see you. I'm not really sure, so I'll just see you when I see you.